Hello, this is my first YouTube video. I am making it very casual and sweet. I wanted to start off by reading a Brazilian tale about a fisherman and a businessman. There once was a businessman who was sitting by the beach in a small Brazilian village. As he sat, he saw a Brazilian fisherman rowing a small boat towards the shore, having caught quite a few big fish. The businessman was impressed and asked the fisherman, "How long does it take you to catch so many fish?" The fisherman replied, "Oh, just a short while." "Then why don't you stay longer and catch even more?" The businessman was astonished. "This is enough to feed my whole family," the fisherman said. The businessman then asked, "So what do you do the rest of the day?" There's kids just loudly and happily playing. So sorry if that's kind of loud, but the fisherman replied, "Well, I usually wake up early in the morning, go out to sea, and catch a few fish, then go back and play with my kids. In the afternoon, I take a nap with my wife, and evening comes. I join my buddies in the village for a drink. We play the guitar, sing, and dance throughout the night." The businessman offered a suggestion to the fisherman. "I'm a PhD in business management. I could help you become a more successful person. From now on, you should spend more time at the sea and try to catch as many fish as possible. When you have saved enough money, you could buy a bigger boat and catch even more fish as possible. Soon you will be able to afford and buy more boats, set up your own company, your own production plant for canned food and distribution network. By then you will have moved out of this village and to Sao Paulo, where you can set up HQ to manage your other branches." The fisherman continues, "And after that?" The businessman laughs heartily. "After that, you can live like a king in your own house, and when the time is right, you can go public and float your shares in stock exchange, and you will be rich." The fisherman asks, "And then after that?" The businessman says, "After that, you can finally retire. You can move to a house by the fishing village, wake up early in the morning, catch a few fish, then return home to play with your kids, take an afternoon nap with your wife, and when evening comes, you can join your buddies for a drink, play the guitar, sing, and dance throughout the night." The fisherman was puzzled. "Isn't that what I'm doing now?" So this story, I listened to a podcast called Figuring Shit Out by Vanessa. I can't remember her last name, but she did have an episode where she brought up the story, so shout out to that podcast. But after hearing that story, it really it kind of was like a hit pause moment for myself of asking, like, why do I want the things that I want? Because I think, especially in our digital era, we are always presented so many options and the most successful stories. And, a lot of that can include having businesses and whatever it looks like, but even just the simplicity of like this fisherman's story where he lives the life he already ideally would want to live. And the more that you own, the more things own you, the more responsibility that you put on yourself to excel, the more responsibility it takes to upkeep those assets and upkeep all of that lifestyle. So yeah, it's been a really interesting time of life for me. I moved away from my hometown and am working in the yachting industry right now to save up some money to kind of build my education more so, like not in, I definitely see myself going back to college at some point in my life, but I really want to go and stay on farms and on land and learn from those who have, dedicated their lives to raising chickens and growing food and being self-sufficient. And yeah, I think just like anchoring back into the life that I really want. It's not necessarily what I want to have that I want to focus on. It's like, how do I want to feel in my day-to-day life? Like, what do I want my day to look like? Do I want to be able to like take naps during the day? Do I want to like be more connected to the earth? Like, I don't know, that story just really helped me kind of anchor back into, oh, like I actually do want a more simple life. And not to say that like having a business is wrong or seeking after those kinds of accelerations, because you know everyone needs to make a living. But in this story, the fisherman, he has a trade and a skill that allows him and fuels his life to spend time with his family and to spend time with his friends. So yeah, I think just in this coming era and this time in my life, I'm saving up right now, working on boats. Right now I'm in North Carolina, but I'm going all over. Like I never have a place that I'm really staying, especially for these next 4 or 5 months. So this is a beautiful check-in to just remind myself, and I hope that this can help someone else. Bye.